Reimagining Our Lives, a prayer of St. G. She is called Eve, for she is the mother of all living. Yet there were no other living, just she and Adam. Thus it was your first promise, the children to be, theirs and ours. And we ourselves are the children of this promise. The promise is now of the standing of many millennia. Within them, the history of the world has barely borne us up through our trials. You are called God our Savior, a name describing your nature, the Savior of sinners. No other deity of the false pantheon of history bears this title, to save us from the presence and power of sin and the guilt ensuing. To effect salvation are four necessary things. On our part, to believe in you and to believe you. Then follows hope in the fulfillment of your promises. All the world and the people of it were made for one purpose, to live the life of friendship with Jesus Christ, the Son of God. This in perfection, this everlastingly. On your side, two things are necessary: atonement for sin and the security of our perseverance unto salvation. Salvation is nothing more than to be brought into the life of Jesus. The first glimpse of these was given in the story of Genesis, those long ago millennia. We first exhibited faith in the naming of Eve. She was not the mother of anyone. After the curse fell on us at the tree, all were to die. Yet unto Eve was the promise that her seed would promise by crushing the head of Satan. Her seed would be bruised. This is Jesus, the son of hundreds of centuries later. Adam and Eve repented for their trust in Satan, the high and evil angel who destroyed their paradise. Adam then names his wife Eve, signifying life emerging from this death. Thus he showed that he believed you. Salvation comes to those who believe God. The people of this modern world do not believe these stories. They do not pause to consider how all things came to be as they are. A deliverer was to come to us, you patient in your eternity, we impatient in our short lives. But the Savior lives in eternity. His actions reach backward and forward. All that the Father gives me will come to me. Paradise was lost, but the lives of those who were to be redeemed from the power of Satan and a better life, better paradise, was regained for the first man and for the last man. We have asked that these trials be over. Our hope will outlive our patience. The first man of hundreds of centuries ago has been brought to you. The last man is still a wanderer in time and space. His hearing of the gospel will mark the end of all things. We ourselves are undone. In these times of the virus pandemic, we have difficulty reimagining our lives as they ought to be. Even though the decades of our lives are distasteful to us, begging to be changed. Perhaps we fought the wrong enemy. Is the battle physical or spiritual? If your promises are sure, and we believe they are, these are the things we must pursue. You, even now, will deliver us from who we have been. You have not forgotten us. Have you left me to poverty and sorrow? Such was the life of the Christ, whose life we are to follow in its humble reactions to hatred and indifference. You are our consolation. You are our deliverer. Amen.